Hello again, STRUCKTLF. January 2024 is almost upon us. Here, new month, new games to play. Here I am with another Struck list video for upcoming games. This one is dedicated to upcoming WoW profile, underdog, whatever you want to call it, not so well known games with two graphics. There's all sorts of games, RPGs, turn-based action, and there's some strategy games and all sorts of things that hopefully you would like. Looking for games is time consuming. Sometimes it might be annoying scrolling through the tons of games on Steam releasing every month. So hopefully this video of mine helps save some time when looking for something interesting, something that might be worth your attention. I've got 11 games. In this video, I've got another video with 10 games for 3D WoW profile games for January 2024, and I also have, if I'm not mistaken, 14 high-profile games in the high-profile video for January 2024. A lot of games that I'm bringing in those three struck lists. So if you're not interested, might be interested in the 3D WoW profile or in the high-profile games videos. I hope you enjoyed this and the other two Struck lists for January 2024. Buckle up, Struck Club, and let's go in order of release date, chronological order. First game on the list is releasing on the 5th of January 2024, and it is called Skirmish Squad. Skirmish Squad will be an early access release, so you might expect missing or content, but here and there. The developer and self-publisher is Team Neverending. A little bit about the game. Choose your characters and establish your strategy. Strengthen your party with endless upgrades as you ascend the tower. So as you can see, you have your team on the left side, the enemies on the right side. Typical turn-based classical tactical RPG. Um, with its own twist, with its own stuff. So if it's not overpriced like any indie or low profile game, as long as it's not overpriced, that would be valid for every game in this video. If it's not overpriced, it could find its audience, especially if it has the right type of marketing, the right type of people, big streamers, not me, playing the game. But yeah, I think some of you out there would enjoy it, and I think it's worth giving it a go, as long as it's not overpriced. The next game on this list is called Shivering Stone, releasing on the 5th of January 2024, developed by doublemizzlee and Eastasiasoft Limited, published by Eastasiasoft Limited. What is Shivering Stone? Shivering Stone is a casual, family-friendly indie puzzle game. Experience a serene journey through the winter forest as you unravel the secrets before you and enjoy brain teasing scenarios amidst tranquil visuals and soothing sounds. So yes, there's, if I'm not mistaken, 50 different stages. Each gets increasingly complex and difficult as you go through those puzzles. So if it looks like your kind of puzzle game, if you have those things, there's stages for several hours. Again, I personally am not that big of a fan of the game, but again, it is family friendly. It is gonna be good fun for the younger ones of the family to train their brains, let's say. The next game on the list is called Noxious Weeds, and it is releasing as an early access title on the 9th of January 2024, developed and self-published by Solar Eclipse Games. Mind you, again, early access means there might be unfinished or missing features, etc. But there is a downloadable free demo on Steam that you can play. What should we say about the game? Well, it's the typical reverse bullet hell, bullet heaven, survival horde, or whatever you want to call that genre that Vampire Survivors made very popular recently. Face the corruption that poisons your harvest. Noxious Weeds is an action roguelite where you slay hordes of creatures with the help of cute veggies and a combination of your favorite tools. Harvest is power. Wisely. So if it looks like your kind of game, if you love the massive wave the massive wave of games of that genre, then definitely check this one because there's quite a few similar games out there lately. Next up, we have a sequel. This game is called Buriedbornes 2 Dungeon RPG. Developed and self-published by Nisi Game, which is a solo developer from Japan. The game is releasing on the 10th of January 2024. And keep in mind, this developer is working on multiple projects at the same time, and the guy is also battling cancer. So kudos to that. Handling multiple projects while battling cancer, definitely something not everyone can do. Buried Bones 2 looks fun, looks nice. And the people who have played the first game, which looks very different than this one, but still similar, will definitely want to tune in to the sequel. Let's tell you a little bit about the game. The oldest and most abhorrent prophecy has become reality. This is endless and merciless warfare for buried borns. Army can revive forever. Long-awaited sequel to the easy-to-play turn-based dungeon RPG series is here. So it's kind of like a rogue, like turn-based dungeon crawler. Looks fun. Looks the art, digging the dark vibes. So if it looks like something that you can see you're going, if it's not overpriced, then definitely check it out. Just follow and wait for release. Next up, we have Call of Sentinels, another very beautiful, very distinct art style looking game. Call of Sentinels is an exciting action game where you will have to challenge the real evil. Epic battles await you with hordes of diverse enemies and charismatic bosses that will not leave you indifferent. This is gonna be an early access release on the 11th of January 2024. The developer and self-published studio is A17 Games. What will be in early access to playable characters, Gothat and Azuri. The third one, Berum, joining down the line. So you have the green armored warrior, you have the blue armored mage, and eventually you're throwing red armored dude. There's gonna be an endless arena, three story driven missions, and overall another nice action RPG beat 'em up. Next on this list is Momodora Moonlit Farewell. Is part 5 and the final chapter of the Momodora series. And Moonlit Farewell, the word farewell, very befitting for the finale of the series. It's the latest installment in the series, as I said, and you're joining Momo, High Priestess of the village of Koho, as she embarks on a divine mission to save her people from imminent destruction at the hands of the demon hordes summoned by a malevolent Bellbringer. Developed by Bomb Service, published by Playism, releasing on the 11th of January 2020 as a full. If you're fans of the series, you would love it. You would want play the final chapter. If you aren't fans of the series, but you love action adventure platformers, beautiful pixel graphics, then you definitely might want to check this one out when it comes in January. Up is Time Survivors, and as the name suggests, a survivor inspired game. Um, Time Survivors is developed and self-published by Wuner Chile, and it's releasing on the 15th of January 2024. Yes. Action roguelike bullet hell, heaven, bullet hell, hot survival, whatever genre you want to call it, reverse bullet hell. This is the most historically inaccurate roguelike ever made. Play hordes of minions as Lincoln, Tesla, Cleopatra, and other historical heroes with new unique abilities like Nero, for example, fight through various historical eras, collect resources, unlock and enhance gameplay through the skill tree meta progression. So yeah, if you wanna be a Lincoln, Tesla, Cleopatra, Nero, or other famous historical creatures in a vampire survivor style of a, and this is it. This is your new flavor vampire survivors type of game. All sorts of different enemies as you can. There were dinosaurs It's definitely something interesting, okay? Because again, I'm loving how tons and tons of new survivors inspired games to play. Get bored definitely has a unique twist to it. So hopefully, Time Survivors delivers fun loads of gameplay. The next game on the list is King's Vein, which is releasing on the 16th of January 2024 as a full release, developed and self-published by Red Codex. For and reclaim the infested castle city of Kingsvane, right into its depths on your trusty wyvern and lead your customizable party of knights and mystics in deep tactical combat. The game is, as you can see, party-based, two-dimensional tactical RPG, and hopefully many of you out there enjoy its unique visuals and what it has to offer. It's definitely not something that different and special, but it does have its unique vibe, its unique twist on the genre. And it's from the makers of the highly rated Horizons Gate, Voidspire Tactics, and Aurora Tactics. Set in the realm of Graven, a weird subterranean world of living stone and half-stone diecast. There's a deep tactical combat. You can customize your team by mixing and matching 15 different classes, each with some upgradable abilities and equipable passives. And overall, I think many of you out there might enjoy their time in King's Vein. Next on the list is a game called Lone Star. Releasing on the 18th of January 2024, developed by Matt Tite, published by Termite Games. It will be a release as an early access game, so expect missing or unfinished features, bugs, glitches, and the usual early access stuff. There is a free downloadable demo that I strongly recommend to check out on Steam. Of course, the game has certain uniqueness to it. I love the art style. It's a nice strategy card battle roguelite in space. And there's procedural generation, there's deck building, permadeath, there's a lot of replay value as you might expect from a roguelike game. I love what they've done with this game in terms of visuals. Whether the gameplay would be as fun as it looks like on the trailer, I guess time will tell. Next up, we're moving on to another interesting title, Once Upon a Dungeon 2, a sequel yet again. Releasing on the 19th of January 2024, developed and self-published by Kotu Games, which, if I'm not mistaken, is just a single person developing yet again. It will be an early access release, so expect bugs, glitches, missing or unfinished features and content. There is a free downloadable demo. I strongly recommend checking it out on Steam. And it's an open world descent into dark dungeons. Defeat challenging creatures and collect unique loot in this hardcore roguelike game. I love the visuals, I love some of the HUD UI elements. The game looks fun. It looks like there will be a lot of things people could enjoy in it. And again, it's not an amazing ultra mega hit potential, but it definitely has a potential to be a somewhat of a hit in the small game lovers. So if Once Upon a Dungeon 2 gets your attention, just follow and hopefully it's overpriced when it's out. I personally think it's one of the more interesting games on this list of 11 games. And here we have the next game on the list called Write and Down and Dice. And if you remember back in the day, I notified you about the game called Write and Down. Well, this is from the people who made Write and Down, but now we have Write and Down and Dice. Explore randomly generated card dungeons where you can only move right and down, use dice, defeat mighty enemies, gather powerful artifacts, and learn new abilities. Be able to escape from the dungeon? Well, play the game and find out. There is a free downloadable demo on Steam. The developer and self-publisher, a brother and a sister team, do from I think from a Spanish-speaking country, judging by the names. They're called MC2 games, and the game releases on the 23rd of January.
To get notified when I upload more content like this one or other builds and guides for Wooter and not so Wooter games, you can subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button to not miss out on notifications. As well as keep in mind there's something called memberships on YouTube, which lets you be a paying member for my channel to get access to perks such as emotes and badges made by me, as well as the option to get one-on-one tutoring for the very basics of Adobe Photoshop, Premiere and After Effects. And memberships can be cancelled at any time if you no longer want to be a member. Thanks for watching all the way until the end, STRUCKTLF. Keep it cool until next time, and goodbye.